Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna. Good morning, everybody. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hey, good morning, everybody. Oh, yeah, let's put the thing. Go around now. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hey, good morning. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Yeah, Kuna, you stay off for a while today. I don't want to deal with, I want to chant, I don't want to deal with any crap, you know. And so I just don't want it. This is the most important thing to me, you know. Okay, so stay off today. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama. Yeah, okay. Here we're trying, every freaking day, going live here every day, trying to help the devotees, help myself, to get out of this material world. What do we need to be undermined for? Why do you want to backstab or anybody? What the hell are you doing here? My God, look at the world now. We've got this jewel here, and it's still got people, doing stupid things. Okay, man, enough. Either get behind this or get out. I'd rather have a few friends and go back to Godhead than people trying to backstab and undermine. Get out of here. Get real. Can't you see? Don't look for dirt. You can find plenty of dirt, especially in our Sangha, man. Come on. Get real. Look what we're doing. Look at the good things. Yeah. My God, and then I got people going, sick of it. So it's time to get real, man. Let's what are we really doing every day? Every day we're getting so much mercy, so much protection. So I'll just call your attention because this is the most important thing. We don't need this other stuff, undermining, trying to find something, and just, so. We don't need any. I don't need any Judases to come around and try to take down what we're doing. Either be with what we're doing, or go somewhere else. Go find some shelter out there, or whatever you want. Anybody, yeah. Okay. So anyway. To me, this is precious. I look forward to this every day, just to come close to God. I need it. I have to have it, man. The world is cracking up, man, right before our eyes. So get real, man, and get with it, or just get out. Go somewhere else. That doesn't make sense to me. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna. Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama. Because I can let anything go. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama.
Thanks for using.
There's a nice pastime. A nice pastime. God, these books are fantastic, man. They show everything, man. They are the best guide. So anyway, how how Madhavendra Puri kept everything ecstatic. He had a disciple, and his disciple wanted to be teacher, wanted to be equal with his guru, wanted to be one. His call was Ramachandra Puri. And came and was undermining him, and he said, "Get away from me, you sinful person." So I say this to the anartism people, because if you want to come here and cultivate those anarthas, it ain't going to happen, man. Because we're here to do what Madhavendra Puri did, not to do on like what Prabhupada and Bhaktisiddhanta did. They took on so many people. They let in the anarthas, and it took him down eventually, because that's why they can teach this ecstatic worship. They had to go on their own and everything. See, but this is an intimate circle. So if you want this, this can't come into the inside. This is how how America and the world is taken down. It's from the inside, not from the outside. You notice? Inside job. It couldn't come from the outside. The same thing. The only thing that can take us down is from the inside. And I ain't going to let that happen. Okay? So either the anarthas go or you go with them. Anybody like that, you want to be equal? There's no way you can be equal with what's going on here. If God is in charge, and he is, It ain't gonna happen, man. It's just like in Vrindavan, these little demons came around and they wanted to pretend they were cowherd boys, and they kept taking the cowherd boys into the caves, and they were demons. It's a little demon inside certain devotees like that. They come and they play with the like they're playing like there's persons imitating that. No, unless we know. I know the signs. I'm going to announce it here. The signs and symptoms of a person that's sincere and that is actually getting the real mercy is like you see those symptoms like Lalita Ganga. They're like the Ishvara Puri type. And the river, you could see river. These symptoms are this person's sincere. The Lord's trusting them. You want to be like them or not? So if not, that's fine. At least we identify this. So if you're really sincere, you want to be a real devotee and not try to be master or equal with God or equal with Guru or think you are. If you don't have these symptoms, you can't fool. You can fool yourself, and you can fool some of the beginners in our sangha, maybe. But you can't fool those who have these symptoms. This shows that the Lord is really. These are the symptoms. Just like in ISKCON, people are fooling everybody. These gurus are fooling everybody. They're lying. They're not true. If you're not representing Radha and Krishna of Vrindavan. That's the whole point of being a guru with going around having disciples worshiping you. You have to have the signs and symptoms that the Lord has given himself to you. And that is very clear in these books. And I'm bringing out that clarity so people know where God is working and where he's fooling the people, where his illusion is tricking people. I think that's a pretty good thing to get clear about. The books are all saying it. What is the Lord showing? Hey, man, this is showing what it looks like when God is trusting somebody. God is giving himself to them. You become so ecstatic like that. Okay? So, how long do you want to fool yourself? Anybody trying to imitate? You can't. You got to just, show that you're sincere. You want this. Otherwise, you're going to die with this anartha, and you're going to try again. And we're here to be, to bring this ecstatic mood. I'd rather just have 3, 4, 5, 6, whoever's really sincere, who really wants this jewel, this pearl of great price, because it's here, it's coming. It has to be protected. I don't want any inside jobs trying to take down what we're doing. People need to know, so there's light here, so we can see what's going on. Where's the dirt? Not like, well, let's just use this energy to feed the dirt, make the dirt bigger, and then eventually overcome. It becomes a weed. Feed the energy with the weed, and it gets bigger. No. Yeah. So the goal is here, the sincere devotees. Isn't nice? We have role models here. You can see who's a sincere devotee. See, you can't fool Krishna. He knows the hearts of everybody. And so anyway, let's roll with that. See, it's the book. We are so fortunate to have these books of Prabhupada because it exposes it. And when the Lord is in us and he shows us these things. Very nice. It's to those who worship the Lord with loving ecstasy, I give them the understanding to come back home to me. Otherwise, we can't see without this mercy. This is a sangha of mercy. Yeah, sangha of mercy, man. I live on this mercy. I don't have anything else really. Yeah. So anyway, if you can't name these things, they'll take over. It's the same thing. Could you imagine in Vrindavan if Krishna couldn't identify these things that were coming? They were little demons coming around, acting as cowherd boys, and taking one by one the cowherd boys and putting them in a dark cave. See, where am I getting this understanding? The Lord's showing me this. This is the new Vrindavan here. So Krishna identified that. He saw, what's going on? And he went and he killed the demon. So we're not here killing bodies. We're killing anartas. Like snakes, they're little snakes. And they will take one by one, they'll take the weaker devotees and put them in a dark cave. What is the dark cave? Back in ignorance. Who wants to go in ignorance? I mean, don't you want to stay in Vrindavan? So this is how it's done. Somebody's got to identify. Who's going to step up to the plate and identify these things? Well, Krishna always makes me take the heat. I have to be the bad cop. That's why I say you need a good cop, go to Lalita. She's a good cop. Good cop, bad cop. She's not so good all the time. Yeah. She doesn't like to be over there.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
No, you're a woman, female. It looks better. Yeah. So we're into just the anartas. We like to get rid of the anartas. So it's a great challenge. Some devotees here ask for mercy. So, okay. So you get what they want. Isn't that right, River? People ask for it,
You're giving mercy anyway.
Yeah. Good. Who's going to help those persons? Who's going to help, Okay. So back to a little chanting. Let's see if we're finished with this. It's always a surprise here. I never know that. Devotional service is dynamic. It's always interesting, never boring. Like Prabhupada, he said there was a sinister force in Bhakti, a sinister force going on. And they never identify it. It wasn't time because, if you can identify it, then you know what's going on. It tries to crawl in there. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Rama. Yeah, backstabbers. The Pharisees were backstabbers. That's what happens in anywhere that's going on. I had a friend for 30 years I got rid of because he wasn't wasn't the real friend. That's all right, eat your breakfast there. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I also gave him a chance to get rid of these things and couldn't. It was like just ignorant. I said, oh well, you just have to live your life, man. I live mine, you live yours. This is my life. Bhakti's my life, not an artist, to be a backstabber, go live with the Pharisees. Go back to ISKCON or something if you want, Go live with the Pharisees over there. The ones who don't like what we do, go hang out with them. I want to be with people who love this. They're nice friends, real friends. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. I can't let this one go there. There's another pastime with Minikaitam Ramdas. There's a Brahmin. See, it's kind of a Brahmin thing. Daksha had it. Just want to, kill the devotee, kill the devotion, and be supreme. This is this anarta, big one, snake. It's what took Adam and Eve down. I ain't going to take down what's going on here anymore. We learn from histories here. Yeah. So Minikhitam Ramdas saw a Brahmin who was also, oh, who are you, man? You're a Sudra, man. I'm better than you, and all this. And Minikhitam also just out of the blue chastised him. Oh, you don't give respect to, you're not really submissive to the Lord, to Nityananda, who is working in his heart. The same thing here. He broke his flute in anger. This guy is another Ramana Maharshi, puffed up guy, thinks a Brahmin, thinks, that they're better than a real devotee. See, and want to take down the devotee so they can be on top and show them up and all that. Yeah, broke his flute, man. Purified him. The guy fell down for his benefit. Otherwise, if you don't fall down, that's you're not in submission. You got to, come to submit to who's real on top of the energy. That's Krishna. He's on top of his devotee, and he teaches through his devotee, and it's the only way you're going to get out of this illusion. The Lord has too many fail-safes, too many obstacles. And the Lord protects the devotees, real devotees. Like here, you guys are becoming protected. You guys are knowing what is what. What is illusion and what is the truth? All the way through the snake obstacle, the one that took Adam and Eve down from the garden. You notice? Very snaky. Looks like it, but it doesn't have those symptoms of a real devotee. Keep that in mind, everybody. Those who laugh, who cry in ecstasy are the real deal. Everybody else is on their way. And if you're really sincere, you'll get there and you'll get into Vrindavan and stay there. Isn't that what it is? Look, just stay in Vrindavan. Look, she's a stayer. She's a lifer. I love it, man. This is our example. Even teaches me what is. I tell you, man, I got such exalted disciples here. They're going to take me to Vrindavan. Hare Krishna, Hare. What guru can say that? Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Okay, Krishna, can I chant now? Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We're attacking the snake, the last snare of Maya. We'll try and get the snakes into Vrindavan too. Krishna, they can go if they want. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. They have to transform. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. They have to submit to be swallowed up by the other snake. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. There's actually that snake obstacle, the snake demon came in to swallow up the cowherd boys. And Krishna went in there. He expanded himself and blew him up. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. This is really like the pastimes. You got everything going on. It's such a show, man. Thrilling, intrigue, war, love. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare. The living Bhagavats. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. If you say you feel Prabhupada in your heart, like somebody said this. Oh, some devotees think they feel Prabhupada. Yeah. Well, if you felt Prabhupada in your heart, you'd feel what Lalita Ganga feels, and all devotees feel. Love of Krishna. Then you would have no problem seeing what we're doing if you're really feeling Prabhupada in your heart, or some sentimental thing. Ooh, I'm feeling Prabhupada in my heart. I'm worshiping. Oh, but you guys, ooh, yeah. No. We're presenting the real Krishna. Will the real Krishna stand up? See? Stand up. The real Krishna is standing up in us, showing himself to the world to show you who's really feeling Prabhupada in their hearts. The real Prabhupada. What, you think these ISKCON devotees or Prabhupada disciples are feeling Prabhupada in their heart? You think Prabhupada was like that? Like father, like son, man. Prabhupada had an ecstatic love of God. You know? That's why he comes to his real devotees and gives them real orders to finish this job. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Look at you guys, you're getting ecstatic bhakti, man. Big thing, man. Doing the impossible here. Hare Krishna. The snakes can take you down, can't they? Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Good morning, River. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Now time to eat the real breakfast. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. This is so like the Leela that was happening. It's just amazing. The same stuff happens. There was a Balabhabata, he ended up leaving and starting his own thing. And so he had this pride. It was like a mountain, man. He couldn't get rid of it, obviously, because he went off on his own. He left the association of, could you imagine? Left the association of Lord Chaitanya and his wonderful devotees. Okay? Same thing here. Those who have this pride, they want to be big teachers. He wanted to be a big teacher. Okay, go ahead. But he had to leave. He left the association of Lord Chaitanya, intimate association. Okay? That happens here. See, they have something there, they go off. They want to do something on their own, and they leave the intimate association of these kinds of devotees. These amazing, where Lord Chaitanya is working so close with them. See, because this water, this water here is not meant to water weeds. Okay? It's meant to water the bhakti creeper so it grows stronger and overcomes the weeds. Right? That's what the book teaches. It's all in there. Yeah. So that we become more and more devotees. See, those who really want, I want to love God more. I just want to love Krishna more. Otherwise, people come here, and you can see, after years, they keep watering the weeds, man. And so this bhakti doesn't grow. So their ecstatic symptoms don't grow. And because that's what it's all about, man. So anybody that's like that, if you wonder why for years I'm coming, and I'm not getting, well, you're probably watering the weeds. Not probably, you're doing that. You're watering weeds. You take the water here and you go out and water the weeds. And you really have faith in those weeds, but look what it's done for you. Just nothing. Just You know, you do that also when you're too much into like people that are proud. They want to be they're all wannabes. That's inviting bhakti. It's religiosity, motivated religiosity. Why do you want to go back to that? This is not real Bhagavatam. Real Bhagavatam is you're hearing from devotees empowered by the bhakti potency. You know? Otherwise, you're going back to the weeds. It's all weeds in there. Or associating intimately. You take this here, and then you go water your intimacy with mundane people, and you wonder why. So I don't know. Maybe after a point, you get tired of that. See? But you're not going to undermine what we're doing here. We're gonna point it out to help the devotee, help you, whoever's doing like that. Help it get really clear what's a weed and what is the real bhakti creeper. We don't want to confuse that. Okay? Because it's so nice to get to the point where things are just really flourishing, and you come every day, it's just going to flourishing more. And that is just so nice and more deeper. This is because that's real bhakti. It's a real thing. You overcome all these things. So anyway, we discuss these things. Yeah. So we got the histories, man. We got Chaitanya Lila, Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, all these wonderful books and experiences these devotees experience, our experiences. Prabhupada's experiences in preaching and Bhaktisiddhanta's preaching. So we have a lot. That's why it's time for the finishing work, isn't it? Because we have a lot of histories behind us, a lot of true knowledge and deep understanding, and also personal experiences. That's why it's time to wrap this up. Wrap up Bhakti in a nice bow. Presented to the world. The present, the big present. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Jesus, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada. Jesus, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada. Jesus, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada. Jesus, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. You know, none of us can give up our own bullshit. You know, none of us. Yeah. What we can do is we can want to, please, Lord, pray. Lord, I can't give up my own bullshit, man. Let me just chant your name. Please keep me in a society of devotees. And I know it'll all work out. Yeah, just pray to be sincere. You know, yes, I want to be sincere. Yes, I can't do it on my own because we can't. We're here. We have such nice association, sincere devotees. Yeah. So, with Radha and Krishna, which we have, and Lord Chaitanya, which we have, and all the Parampara, which we have, all their wonderful books, which we have. And the impossible can be done. It is being done here. Hare Krishna. What we're doing is impossible. It's inconceivable and unattainable. But we have a lot of help. Myself included. I can't give up my own bullshit. Man. None of us can. But I can pray, Lord, come on, you can deliver even a rake like me. Hare Krishna. Faith in the association of these kind of devotees, man. And chosen by the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Yeah. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. I have faith in the nose blowers. We got a lot here now. Increase, our fortress is growing, becoming stronger. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Yeah, this Sangha is Radha and Krishna's cue. They're just working on it. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. You're in a good position when you just want to relish this more and more and more. You want more and more and more. See, that's it, man. Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, like Janaki, I want more, I want more, I want more. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. And I pray I can become like you kind of devotees. I want more. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, like those little birds in the nest, you little babies, got their mouth, with their mouth open, feed me, more. They're helpless, right? They can't do it. But they have the desire. Open the mouths, open the mother, father. You can do that with Radha and Krishna. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. So we can grow up. Krishna, start flying. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Wow. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. You know, Lord Chaitanya said something really amazing. Chaitanya Mangal. He said, if Krishna does not arise in your heart, there's no purpose in doing austerities. It's like, oops. Yeah, there's no reason to do austerities. See? So people are doing that. See, they're following that path. If Krishna hasn't arisen in their heart, they're doing all these austerities. See, the question should be, okay, well, how can I get Krishna to arise in my heart if it's not by no purpose in doing the austerities? See, how do I get Krishna to arise? Association, association, association. Come and associate with devotees who Krishna has arisen in their hearts, man. And you can see the signs and the symptoms and want that. Okay? It's nothing about competing with this. It's about getting this. This is the treasure, is Krishna arising in our heart. That's why I am so stoked that I have the association of devotees where Krishna has arisen in their hearts. Gets more clear every day. I love it, man. Isn't it amazing, man? These things that the Lord said, that, they're important, and it's to realize that, if devotees knew that, oh, really? I'm following the path of austerities. Okay, if you started like doing that, great. But look, you're not moving very fast, are you? Look at the devotees here where Krishna's arising in our hearts. See, and that's the real, what do you call it? The real tree, the real branches. See, on that tree is where Krishna is arising in the heart and have the symptoms of love of God, We got that here. Something worth protecting, isn't it? Something worthy to nourish and so it grows. Okay? So this is what Vaishnava is. That gets you out of religion. In religion, you can't get Krishna to rise in your heart. It doesn't, maybe sometimes, but in that association, as soon as people see it in religion, they don't know this is the whole point. That's why the Lord came here, to show the point. What is the essence? What is the essential teaching? What is the essential understanding? That's what we're reestablishing again. Nothing new, nothing different. It's new now, it's different now, but it's just, what he had established was the ultimate, top most. Okay? So all you Vaishnavas out there, if you really want the goal of life in this life, associate with devotees where Krishna has arisen in their hearts. That's simple. And they have the symptoms. Sometimes they cry, sometimes they laugh. Krishna has chosen their bodies because that's him. He's his, hey man, this is my intimate associate. Radha and Krishna associate with this friend, beloved. Okay? That's where to be. See, because these devotees, they're snailing along. Could you imagine if Purushat, let's name some names again, Purushat or Charyadev or Radhanath knew that this was the goal. They don't know. They don't know these deep things. If they did, why wouldn't they be around? Where is this happening anywhere else? Krishna arising in the heart with the symptoms and showing the munificence of Lord Chaitanya. You know what the munificence is? To do what he did, to show that to the world what the real path is, what the real goal is, what the real love of God is, what the real love for Prabhupada and all the other eternally liberated devotees is. People don't know. We're a showcase. Not show bottle. Showcase. Showcase. Show it out. Show the world what is real. Everything else is unreal. Everything. It's the only real thing, man. Real thing is God, unveiled. This is the unveiling of the true transcendental Lord. Okay? No, it can't be stopped now. Why would anybody want to stop it? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. It's the most beautiful thing in the universe. It's the only thing that bestows real auspiciousness in the universe. Everything else is curses. This is the Lord appearing here, this arising of Krishna in the heart is the beginning of real auspiciousness. It's the only pure thing in the world is this. This is what purifies us. This is what gets us out of our bullshit. Okay? This is what we want to water. This is what we want to yearn for if you're really smart. Yearn to be a real devotee. That's why you see River God has this, because the Lord saw her prayer. Yeah, I heard it. She went to the right mailbox. You go to the right mailbox, you get the real answer. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. See, just like if you can identify the demons, you can get rid of them in us, the demons inside. The things, the anartas. Then, okay, that's an art. Why, then they're less. Then you pray to the Lord. Okay, I don't want to water. Yeah, see, as well as you can identify what is real. See, what is the goal? Is this? Well, didn't Lord Chaitanya show the goal was this? The ecstatic worship of the Lord. It's the goal of life, even though if you don't know it. He's revealing it to us for what? To relish it, to take, to grow it. And why not? Liberate others. Why not? It's nice. It's about, make people happy. Nothing else is going to make them really happy. People are crippled out there without this. Look at the power. Look at the majesty it gives. Look, a fool like Gaura does. I have nothing. Nothing. Just watering this. It gives you everything, man. I feel satisfied. I realize, oh wow, satisfying the Lord is my satisfaction. Oh wow, well, that's great. What else is there? Just keep satisfying the Lord, make him happy. He's a glutton. Did you know? Never gets satisfied. He always wants more satisfaction. We just gotta, are you good with being a slave of the satisfying God forever? People try to do with their senses and they can't. They just burn out the body. Never get satisfied. Never enough power. You see, these guys are representatives of the power trip. Look at what it does. It makes people unhappy. They think I'm going to get happiness by making slaves of people. Talk about twisted. See, I'm going to get happy by making the Lord happy. And then all of a sudden, people are getting liberated. They're becoming sovereign and free. Wow, win-win. I love this program. Great program, man, Lord. You are truly auspicious in a practical way. All I do is I just come here to satisfy God, and then I'm happy, and then others seem to be happy too. More and more and more. What a great program. Win-win. You win, I win, and the world wins. Where can you find a better deal than that? A more perfect way to live. I mean, really live the life. I can't believe the Lord's showing us stuff like this. Therefore, I like to show my friends too, even my enemies, anybody. Friends, enemies, all same. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. But I have more preference towards our friends. I kind of lean more towards the friends. Since they lean over here, I lean over there. It's nice, isn't it? I like friends. Krishna likes friends. He likes to be around, See, as above, so below, man. We're doing as above in Vrindavan is becoming below here. We like to be around. In Vrindavan, transcendental Vrindavan, the devotees like to be each other because they have ecstatic feelings for Krishna. Look at this. Oh my God. We like to be with each other because we have ecstatic feelings for Krishna. And we'll even turn a few of these persons in here that, are just happen to be here. We'll change them into also liking that. Hey, yeah. Come on, man. Become part of this family here, this family of ecstatic devotees. Yeah. We're with Krishna, and Krishna rising in our hearts, making us family members. Otherwise, we're not family, really. Everybody's orphaned. They think they're families. Can you imagine what kind of family is that? They die and then they go and get new bodies and with new families. That's an illusion. That's called illusion. What kind of family is that? We're spirit soul. Man, this is an eternal family here. That's why people leave. What did you do, man? Made a mistake. Well, not really. You're just living out your trip. You're going around people that are not your family. Here, this is family members. Here, this is eternal family, isn't it? We're living in our spiritual bodies now. The Lord has kindly awakened them. See? And so our relations are eternal. Now, that's family. See? This is the new Vrindavan. It's like this. That's why if people, that's why it's so hard to understand Vrindavan, because it's so different and it's so real. It's real. It's so real, and it's based on reality of ecstatic worship of the highest nature, even highest revelation. Where are you going to get revelations like that? You think anybody's preaching? You think Acharya Dev's preaching like this? He can't unless Krishna's arisen in his heart and he's drawing real family members, the choice ones, the chosen ones, the ones. See? The chosen ones are those who come here and they want this. They either have it pretty much ready to energize, or they want to be like these devotees here. It's all about, to pick up these books and to taste their contents to the point of ecstatic love, like Lalita and River. I want their mercy. Enable me to taste nectar like you do. It's the only thing that is really worthy. Make me worthy. I ain't too proud to ask for mercy where the mercy is. I'm not ashamed to get more mercy. It's all about, man. It's only by the devotees. Lord Chaitanya showed me, hey man, he went and served his devotees. Hey, you guys got Krishna. I want Krishna. You can give Krishna because you have Krishna. I see the signs and symptoms of ecstatic love in your bodies. My Lord lives in you. Therefore, praising you is only going to benefit me. It's my own self-interest I'm looking into. Unless I praise what is real in this world and go after what is real in this world, your illusions are facing me in every direction. love of Krishna is the only real thing in this world. Devotion to Krishna. The Lord living intimately in the bodies of real devotees, and we have them here. Amazing grace. Hare Krishna. Like, look how close God is to him, man. Guy's always enthusiastic. You ever see them? Every day loves to talk about Krishna, read the deepest books. Lalita also. And River, man, she's reading these books too. I'm so happy. My goodness, how I kissed the ground. How did I get association with people like this? And like new people like Amy just coming here. And Janaki dedicated. Govinda. Oh my God. And on and on. Freddie, steady Freddie. Steady Freddie. Like that, steady Freddie. And look, Lalita Madhava. You guys here, sincere heart. His heart is sincere. Honest too. I got this here. It's the honest and sincere. Love it, man. I get so many amazing devotees here. On and on. I didn't mention your names. Sorry. I just only we're getting so many now. A lot of look, Dean Smith, where did he come from? He should come on. Let's get to meet some of these new people. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oops. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I forgot to wake Amy up. I don't know if she's here or not. Okay, there we go. All right. Oops, what is this? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Oh yeah, Marisachi. This also sticks around. That's great. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Sri Krishna Chaitanya and all you wonderful devotees bestowing this path on us, man. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Could you imagine if Lord Chaitanya didn't come? We would not have these revelations. We would not have these books. We would not have Prabhupada. We would not have anything. This is all because of the Lord Chaitanya's grace here. We wouldn't have what we have here. Yeah. See? Even Jesus, if Jesus didn't come, I wouldn't be here. He because of that, because of Jesus, I had that awakening. And then I could understand Prabhupada, that his, See, it's all their teamwork. And because of our work, ecstatic love is going to be manifest in this world. Things that were hidden are going to be revealed. Again, the revival of this. Who else is doing this job? Yeah. Everybody's trying to maintain the rules, regulations, and Vaidhi and Varnashram Dharma and say, okay, this is our work. You maintain that, we'll do this. Hare Krishna, we'll show that this is better than that. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yeah, even the persons you guys are all worshiping out there in ISKCON and all this, the persons like Sanatana Goswami that you think you know so well, he said in Brihad Bhagavatamrita, all glories to chanting the holy name of the Lord. And that's chanting like this. Like this, in this Sangha, many devotees here. All glories to chanting holy name like this, because it freed me from the hard work of deity worship in all those ceremonies and Vaidhis you're doing. Freedom, he said this. You read it, Brihad Bhagavatamrita. Freed me from the hard work of deity worship. And that's all those ceremonies that go along with it. And by, rules and rituals. All he needed was to chant the holy name in ecstasy, and that's it, man. Okay? We know who we're worshiping more than that. So in other words, the purport is that is going to this. Okay? That was already established when Lord Chaitanya was here, and he brought it to this is that ecstatic worship. Whether you're in a temple or in the real temple. Is Krishna and Radha in the living temple, speaking to you, crying for your deliverance, laughing for your deliverance. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama. Deity worship shouldn't be hard work. No. This isn't good. We're doing deity worship. This is it. Yeah. Deity worship is like the building thing. It's like making buildings, and you got to do stuff with the material body. I mean, instead of this is doing stuff with the material, chanting the holy name. All 9 processes of devotional services and chanting the holy name. You don't need it. And when you're an ecstatic chanter, you don't need anything else. But if you chant 1 lakh, you're doing austerities if you don't taste this bliss and this ecstasy. So better you 1 lakh chanters, or even 2 lakh chanters, or even 3 lakh chanters, associate with ecstatic devotees. Then your austerities will bear fruit. Otherwise, well, that's the fruit. It's again, if you can get the good sense to be around simple devotees who the Lord has chosen. They're the chosen ones because the Lord chooses to live inside them and show the symptoms that he's there and not in you, even in spite of your chanting 1 lakh even. Okay? That's why the Lord said what he said. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. It's hard work, man. You got to get up early in the morning, take a bath. Literally, you got to take a bath, and you got to then put on your tilak. It's a lot of work, man. I get up in the morning, I pull my beads out, and start chanting Hare Krishna. I got my bath. I got everything. I didn't take no bath. I could if I want something. I'd rather get up here and get to it, man. Take the real bath. This is the real bath. Can you feel it? Bottom line is, when you chant the holy name, can you feel the real bath? Not this body bath. That's okay. You don't got to do that, but sometime. But do you feel the real bath? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Thanks for using.
All right, take a break from that. We'll do something other variety of devotional service. Wow. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta-vrinda. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta-vrinda. Let's see here. Okay. This is Lalitastikam by Rupa Goswami. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta-vrinda. Well, we'll do this for the happiness of Johan. He likes Lalita. I offer my obeisances to Lalita Devi. I offer my obeisances to Lalita Devi. Or Lalita also. I offer my obeisances to her. Hey, we got a living Lalita here. Isn't that nice? Isn't that amazing? Living Lalita. I offer my obeisances to living Lalita. I offer my obeisances to Lalita Devi, who has many wonderful qualities. She worships the perspiration of Sri Radha Mukunda's lotus feet and acts boldly. She worships the perspiration of Sri Radha Mukunda's lotus feet and acts boldly out of intense feelings of friendship. Isn't that amazing? The devotees have their different natures. See, by their worship, something special comes out, something unique. Lalita's is bold, You would think well, all devotees are the same. That's what they teach you. All devotees are the same, right? They're all. Lalita worships sincerely. In this unique mood comes boldness. Very pleasurable to Krishna's pastime. It's very important to it. I can relate to this because, I worship Radha and Krishna and all this crusty stuff comes out, man. Some devotees like they come and there's all this sweetness. I become like a mean guy often. Bold, Thank God you got devotees. There's some hope for me, man. Maybe I can, Yeah. So I offer my obeisances to Lalita Devi, who has many wonderful qualities. Her face defeats the beauty of ambrosial corona of the full moon. Her face defeats the beauty of the ambrosial corona of the full moon. Her eyes are like those of an alarmed deer, and she is expert in the art of decorating Sri Radhika. I offer my obeisances to Lalita Devi, who has many wonderful qualities. She wears a wonderful silk dress colored by peacock with outstretched feathers, as well as a nice blouse, and her complexion defeats the golden splendor of Gaurachanda. I offer my obeisances to Lalita Devi, who has many wonderful qualities. She teaches Sri Radhika the art of left-wing heroine, saying, Radhe, firmly reject this shrewd son of the king of Raj. O immoral girl, listen, don't be weak. I am saying it for your own good. Don't submit to him. I offer my obeisances to Lalita Devi, who has many wonderful qualities. She teaches Sri Radhika the art of left-wing heroine, saying, Radhe, firmly reject this shrewd son of the king of Raj. O immoral girl, listen, don't be weak. I am saying it for your own good. I offer my obeisances to Lalita Devi, who has many wonderful qualities. Her eyes become red with anger if she sees the son of the king of Raj cheating Sri Radhika even slightly. Then she will promptly embarrass him with clever words. Okay, I'm going to read something else here. Hare Krishna. What is this? These are kind of new books here. Hare Krishna. Sri Radharasa Sudinidhi. Standing erect, the hairs of his body rebuke the blossoming champaka flowers. Raising his arms again and again, he calls out, Hari, Hari. Surrounded by his devotees, again and again, he sings and dances. Streams of tears from his eyes and sprinkle the ground. Let us glorify him, Lord. Obeisances to the direction that faces Sri Vishnu Banu's daughter. When the breeze coming from that direction playfully moves the edge of his garment. I guess I'm not into this here today. Let's see, let's try. Let's try. Okay. What is this? I'm just stabbing in the dark here. Summum Bonum, chapter 14. This is what's up here. This is verse number 4. My dear Lord, devotional service unto you is the best path for self-realization. If someone gives up that path and engages in the cultivation of speculative knowledge, he will simply undergo a troublesome process and will not achieve his desired result. As a person who beats an empty husk of wheat cannot get grain, one who simply speculates cannot achieve self-realization. His only gain is trouble. Purport. Loving service to the Supreme Person is the natural and eternal function of every living entity. If a person renounces his own constitutional function and instead laboriously seeks so-called enlightenment through impersonal speculative knowledge, you know what? Something's going on here. I think I'm going to have somebody else. Who wants to read here? Who else wants to read? I think I'm going to take a back seat here. Okay, read whatever you like there, Lalita. We'll trust your judgment.
I can continue what you are reading, Guru Maharaj, if you want to.
No. Read whatever you like.
Oh, ooh.
Whatever you feel like reading. I'll leave it in your hands. Let us take advantage of the Rasic devotees.
maybe is this okay?
Sure. Hey, man. You're in charge.
glasses. Give me a little minute to find something. Okay, chapter 27 of Madhyakanda. The Vaishnava's feelings of separation awaken. Is that okay? Page 557.
557. Okay.
Oh, glories to you, Guru Maharaj. By your association, I get paralyzed now. Sometimes for seconds, sometimes for a few minutes.
Prabhupada too. Even.
It's a special bliss. I didn't know this existed, but
Yeah, it's described in their devotion too.
well, I was reading about it yesterday, and I said, "But yeah, I have this." And it's fantastic feeling. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's very, very peaceful. Oh, glories to you. For everything. For every day new and fresh. For all those experiences, all those discoverings of the Lord, all those treasures, all those jewels. Thank you, Guru Maharaj. It's fantastic. What a life.
I'm not doing anything.
You're there. You're there. That's all that counts. You're there. You need to be there. Don't need to do anything. You need to be there.
The Lord does the increase.
No
All right,
glories to the
that's my service. I'll just be here. Be here now.
be my guru.
You guys can have all the fun. I'll be here.
And let me hear your voice. Let me hear Krishna. Oh my goodness. Oh, glories. No glories. To the disciplic line. Oh, glories. To Lord Nityananda. And Lord Chaitanya. To Advaitacharya. To Gadadhar. Oh, glories, oh, glories. To Srimati Radharani. Oh, glories to Radha Krishna. Oh, glories to Krishna. The Vaishnava's feeling of separation awakened. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya. Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Sri Sri Untitled Chapter. Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrita. Oh glory, oh glory to Sri Vishwamara. Oh glory to you. The son of Sachivata. Bold as a lion, our Lord is the deliverer of the fallen souls. Bold. Bold again. Bold as a lion.
That quality must have to come out some because it was also sometimes
Absolutely.
really bold. Like Lolita, that's what bold.
Uh, they are working on the roof, so I couldn't go live this morning. I hope they won't start again.
That's okay.
It's
Go
just
ahead.
so like, okay. After hearing, after hearing of the Lord's desire to take Sayas, all the devotees were very much perturbed and grief-stricken. Though the Lord, he was still in Avadvip, they were already feeling, it's louder, the pangs of separation. They were, they were already feeling the pangs of separation from their beloved Chaitanya, and they cried piteously. They said amongst themselves, "Where will he go? Where will he go after taking sannyasa? When will we see him again? Surely he won't return to this village after accepting a mendicant's robe. There will be no way of finding out where he is and in which direction he is traveling." Oh my God. Is it not disturbing for you?
No, keep going. It's okay.
Okay. The devotees were constantly worrying in this manner, their hearts filled with consternation, and they may never see their most precious Lord again. No one took interest in food and sleep any longer. The Lord couldn't bear the pain. He couldn't bear the pain. His devotees were suffering, smiling pleasantly to alleviate their distress. The Lord assured them, "Why do you unnecessarily vex yourselves? I'm always, I'm always present with you."
That's why That's why to become a devotee, man. This is it. See, as a devotee, devotee is the Lord gives you this special potency. And it's like that. So the Lord started it. He came there, gave his association with his devotees, and they saw this is so special. They felt love for God, even though God was a person there, literally a person living in the village with them. And it's the Lord, the supreme Lord of all. Very special under revelation of God is this Lord Chaitanya or Radha and Krishna. Very special revelation, and they become very attached, and it's transcendental attachment. It's when you can become attached to God, you don't become polluted. When you become attached to God, you'll see how you get polluted with love for anything in this world. If there's any love for a man, woman, or anything, you see it's not pure. Nothing in this world is pure. Now you know what real purity is, and it feels great. There's nothing like it, man. That's what's unique about Krishna. And God is nothing like the Lord. Look out, he's attracting us all. It's amazing. See, so this real spiritual master initiates that again, because in their association, you start to feel this special love for God. That's why it says that those who love me directly don't really, or say they're my devotees and they love me and all that directly, they're not really my devotees. It's the devotees of my devotees. If you're a devotee of a devotee, that means the Lord is using them to preach this in this world. Okay? If you're not a devotee of a devotee, then what happens is you say, see, like this, well, a lot of people say Prabhupada's in their heart. And then they don't like this. Well, Prabhupada likes this. Prabhupada likes what devotees like, real devotees. They love Krishna. They love Radha. If you're in this line, they welcome them. See, so that's how it works. And so the Lord came to initiate that. And so, see, the order of the spiritual master, the opinion, the word of the spiritual master initiates our spiritual life, nothing else. Okay? Because it's spirit. Jesus even said, my words are spirit. Okay? You think these words aren't spirit? Look at the result. See, they're spirit result, right? Not material. Yeah, you're not becoming bound by some rules, regulate. You're becoming free, sovereign in this God. This spirit is awakening in you. This attachment to the Lord. The Lord came to set people free. He's using this fool, Gaur Haridas, to set people free. Isn't he? You guys are getting set free or what? See? But, you're getting the same thing that happened back then. And the same realization, right? And the Lord helped them along and said, listen, I'm always going to be with you. I never leave you now. You've surrendered in the right place. You found the right potency. My spiritual potency. He was a manifestation of spiritual potency. The real guru is a manifestation of spiritual potency in this world. You take shelter there, now you know what real purification is. Especially when they're telling you confidential truths come from their mouths about the spiritual dynamics. So people getting that here, becoming attached to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Lord uses his devotees to deliver his devotees. Yeah. So now the Lord doesn't leave you. Notice, look how far. Lilita, I haven't seen her in a long time. She's happy, isn't she? Why? Because the Lord is always there. All she does is open her mouth and boom, very happy, very strong, very satisfied. She's satisfied and the Lord's satisfied. Okay, there you go. We bagged one for Vrindavan. Just dumped her right on the shore of the Yamuna there. Look at Krishna for the rest of her lifetimes. River also, look at this, man. See, she used to complain. Now she's satisfying the Lord. She's learned the art and the science of satisfying the Lord. And she's happy, okay, that's the job, Lord, why Lord Chaitanya left? He got his job done. People, they were all over Navadvip in India practically. They were the ones, at least the ones that were doing the kirtans and all this. They felt God, and then Advaita said, okay, you can go now. You accomplished it. They're just doing kirtan, and now the Lord's established in their heart, and they're free. And we're doing the same. Whoever comes here, that's what we do. This is how we roll here. That's, it should be your interest is to have that transcendental Lord established in your heart forever, and not play around with all this garbage out here and want to be equal with God and equal with Guru and all this baby stuff. Yeah, simple, isn't it? It's a wonderful process. Yeah, go ahead, Lilita.
Still noise,
That's okay, no problem.
The Lord could not bear the pain his devotees were suffering, smiling pleasantly to alleviate their distress. The Lord assured them, Why do you unnecessarily vex yourselves? I'm always present with you. It is wrong of you to think that once I have taken Sayasi, I will leave all of you and go far away. Not for a moment can I leave you.
Yeah, you want that kind of shelter, people? This is what we have here. You know, the Lord, you can think the Lord is in Vaikuntha and all that, and he's so close because now you're a devotee. You're a devotee of devotees. And now you have the Lord's personal protection, like real devotees do. That's our work here. You know, you want that kind of protection, or are you going to, have the protection of Maya, which is not very nice. She's always cheating you, always deceiving you. That's what she does. If you believe in the words of devotees who are real devotees, who show that the real devotional potency is established in them, you believe in their words, you're going to get this result. You'll call the Lord of Vaikuntha, who's so far away beyond the coverings of the universe. He'd be so close to you because you've taken shelter in the right place and getting the real direction, the right direction. Yeah, otherwise, the Maya's out there. She's always cheating, and she at all levels. You're even all the way up into Vaishnava religion. Your gurus, if they're not like the Lord isn't living strongly in them in a mature state, you're always going to be cheated more or less. It's all coming to this. This is why you see Prabhupada came, 1996, started this thing. To understand things as they are. Understand the real Leela of Lord Chaitanya, why he came here is right there in this verse. He said he came to give his association, and those who took it, they got that result. And it's the same thing here. You come here, the same Lord is preaching here, obviously, because you're getting the same result. The Lord is established in your heart and you're loving it, aren't you? Thank you for your examples here. This is going to give the world real shelter when they see how it works for you. Witness program. This is the pearl of great price and more. This is the great jewel, the great treasure. Is this relationship? Look at me. I'm here. I'm alone. Can you imagine? I've been doing this for years. Alone, but not alone. And even this friendship, this is amazing. It's like, here, not only because with the Lord, you're never alone. You just do engage in devotional service, and that you fulfill the Lord's desire, and then you're fulfilled. Whether alone or with people, it doesn't matter. But here we got devotees association. Ooh, this is a special perk. Special perk. Yeah. So yeah, that's great. Go ahead there, Lolita.
Yeah. For
Yeah, this is Chaitanya about Chaitanya.
yeah, I showed the book. Yeah. For you are all of you are my eternal associates.
Yeah. You think River and Lolita are not the eternal associate Lord? They have the symptoms of eternal association with the Lord. They love the Lord. River loves reading this Leela, right? This is her shelter, life and soul. It makes me so happy to see her. And it hasn't been easy for her, has it? We've seen Lolita also in some tough spots. But look, the delivery is done. The travail is over. No more birth pains. I love it, man. Deliver those babies, man. Anybody else want to pop out, man? Pop out of the womb. This is like the womb, pop them out. Go ahead, read on.
Eternal associates, not just for this birth, but the birth after birth. those, those of you who are associated with me in this incarnation, they will eternally remain with me in the mellow of
In the
congregation.
what? In the what?
In the mellow
Mellow. Yeah. In the mellow of what? Conjugal?
of congregational chanting or the Holy
Congregational
Name.
chanting. Yeah. So birth after birth, they come into they come with the Lord when the Lord comes into this universe, that universe. Yeah, congregational chanting, they come with him in that. And not only that, it's not they're not in one Leela. They're also in Krishna Leela. See, this is the great thing. Just like the Lord has expansions, the devotees also expand. They can expand also and be in this Leela, that Leela. See? Because they're eternal associates. The Lord, he likes to be with his devotees, just like the devotees, we like to be with our Lord, right? This is the whole point of our Sangha. We've identified who Krishna is and who Radha is. This is important. Because if you don't identify, you don't know what is really worthy association. See, it's the devotees who have identified Radha and Krishna are strongly, firmly, attached to them and dedicated and conclusive about that. See, conclusiveness is, devotion to Radha and Krishna is really the only real thing. Okay? That's you attract the Lord. Whoa, man, these people know who I am. Go ahead.
In every yuga, I advance, and in every one of my innumerable incarnations, you have participated in my pastimes. With this advance, I have come in 2 incarnations. One is the congregational chanting, and the other is my transcendental deity form, full of bliss. In both these incarnations, you must participate in my pastimes with full vigor and joy, chanting with me in ecstasy. I'm taking Sayasa only to educate humanity. Therefore, please allay your fears and worries, placating the distressed devotees with his sweet words. Chaitanya, he embraced each of them repeatedly. The Lord's words had a pacifying effect on the devotees. And feeling assured, they allowed their beloved master to leave. Swiftly, the word spread everywhere that Nimai was going to embrace the mendicant life. And when Sachi Devi heard this news, her heart almost stopped. Her grief was so intense that the pain of the entire universe seemed like nothing. She fell to the ground, unconscious, and she remained lying on the floor.
Did
Her
you hear
tears.
that? Did you hear that little tricky statement? The pain of the entire universe felt like nothing. This is how it works. The entire universe's pain doesn't she transcended it. That's why it's hard to understand her mood. It's actually very tremendously relishable. Even when devotees, they can taste that mood of that dedication, that surrender. How can there be any material modes in it? See, it nullified the whole pain in the universe. See? In the like Eckhart Tolle would even put in his Power of Now. Well, actually, some of his further books talks about, well, when you get over the pain body in your own time, then you got to work on the pain body of the universe. because he found he couldn't get through the pain. See, he couldn't get through the pain. This does. See, the Mayavadi is still not strong enough. A lot of pain, still a lot of troubles. This nullifies it all. It's the best path, man. This is the best path, man. This should be at the bestseller, man. You know, and we'll make it the bestseller. We'll show that this is the best deal, man. This is the best purification process. Is the association devotees here. The best path to follow, the easiest one, you know, the clearest one, the most logical one to follow, and the most ecstatic one. It gives the greatest happiness. This is what we're here to establish. You know, and we have fun establishing it because if you can't taste this path, if you can't relish talking about the truth and sharing these truths and being elevated by these truths, then it's not here. This makes it present. Remembering the glories of Krishna and reminding others. All these glories, amazing. The glories of association with these kind of devotees. We cannot say it enough until people really get that. To where Krishna is arisen in the heart, that is the real path. That's the real door. There's no other door. It's the same thing. With those devotees in Christ's mission, where the Holy Spirit is arisen, that's the door, is those devotees. You've entered the door, you become the shepherd of the sheep. See? Yeah, you know what the real door is, how to manifest it again. Nobody knows. You got to be it. You got to be the way, the truth, and the life. No other way. That's why you see right here, the devotees are the way, the truth, and the life. How you entered in is your teaching, is your testimony. You know? How you got what you got is the testimony. This is what people need to see, the example. And people follow, you know, it's always the same example. You go in the door. Okay? The door is the truth spoken, you know. And as the devotees mature, you'll speak very clear truth. The Lord will speak through you, just like Jesus said. Your Father will speak through you, and Mother. Father and Mother. Both. Yeah, go ahead.
The lotus-eyed Lord, he saw this heart-rending sight, sitting very still and grave. Such a mother cried out to Nimai, saying, "My darling son, please don't leave your mother and go. All of us are simply dependent upon seeing your divine lotus face." Yeah. Your lotus eyes and moon-like glowing face, ruby lips and pearly jasmine white teeth, words like showers of ambrosia and graceful, gentle elephant's gait are impossible to live without.
You know, it's so funny that Leela was like a facsimile. It was a copy of the same Leela with Vrindavan. There, also the devotees got to actually see the Lord. See, they actually got to see him physically present.
Yeah.
And the same thing with Lord Chaitanya. They got to see the Lord physically and describe all these things. And so we don't see the Lord per se, but we do through the descriptions by chanting these verses and relishing that taste. You're seeing the Lord through your ears. Through that vibration.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why we got to get purified by this process, you know, to the point so that our spiritual body awakens so that we can taste this Leela, this sight of the Lord through our chanting the vibration, just like Lalita there. She's chanting these words and relishing the lila and that experience of Mother Yashoda, in separation. And it's very tasty, very amazing. Yeah. So this is the process is the devotees themselves being in this energy field, this frequency. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. Wait. Your lotus eyes and moonlight growing face, ruby lips and pearly jasmine white teeth, words like showers of ambrosia and graceful, gentle elephant gait are impossible to live without. Your constant followers, Advaita and Srivas, and your bosom friends, Nityananda and Gadadhara, they're always there. Just stay home and perform your congregational chanting. You have incarnated to teach everyone the principles of religion. Then which religion teaches one to leave one's mother? You embody the religious principles. And if you forsake your mother, then how will you teach the world about religion? Laden with immense love for her son, Sachi Devi, she spoke out these words. And the Lord he heard all this quietly, unable to speak. His voice shook with intense love for his mother. She continued, your elder brother, he left some time ago, and then your father left for the Lord's eternal abode. After that, only you remained. But looking at you, I could forget my pains of separation. Now, if you leave, I will certainly give up my life. My dearest son, just see the pitiful sight of your lonely, widowed mother. How can you leave me? Stay home. Nityananda is always here. You can perform kirtan in your own house with all the devotees. You are everything to me. Your eyes are full of love and compassion. Your long arms are exquisite. And your words are cascades of nectar. My lampless, darkened house is illuminated by your presence, and your lotus feet are the source of the life giving elixir. Silently, Vishwabara, he said, and he listened, bearing the deep pain within his mother. Out of intense love, spoke painful words of separation, like Kausalya trying to reason with Ramachandra. Sachi Devi spoke on. She spoke on, unable to calm herself, and the Lord remained patient, silently listening. Sachi Devi felt completely drained out, rampaged by the storm of grief.
Let
Food,
let River read a little bit now.
yeah.
Thank you, Lily. That's nice. It's more than that. Transcendental.
Could you tell me what we're reading and where you are?
This chapter is almost finished. It's page 559.
Is it the Chaitanya Charitamrita? I mean, Chaitanya
No,
Bhagavat?
yeah.
It's not in here.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama. Oh, wait. Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna. Let's give River a chance to, let's see what she does. Krishna,
Now
Hare.
it's gone. There is no more sound now.
Oh, can you hear
With
me?
me? No. I can hear
Oh, it's
you.
gone now. Okay.
Now it's calm here. They stopped with
Good.
working.
Good.
I couldn't hear my own voice.
Oh, really? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna. You know, it says in like Chaitanya Bhagavat that simply by hearing this Leela, you know, and that this devotion to Krishna can awaken. So that's the whole point. Hearing, and also when you're chanting, you're hearing too. So chanting this out loud is really wonderful. Um, Everybody should do this regularly. Chant the Leela alone, and you're listening to it, especially when you're getting purified here. Yeah. So don't neglect that. You know, get up there on Facebook and read Chaitanya Bhagavat aloud, like River is doing. Like she's done a lot of that. Yeah. Where'd that guy go? Let me get my belt out. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Naughty boys, naughty boy. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Krishna. Tom, how you doing? What's the news?
I'm feeling sick.
What?
Sick of the in this mundane world. They are pulling and strangling. It feels like strangling what's going on. It's awful.
Well, yeah, it's meant to go on. I mean, you know, why look at it so much? If it makes you unhappy, don't look at it. This is already ordained. You know, it's ordained. You know, what are you going to do? So you know, just if you look at it too much, you get caught up in the maya of it. See, you know, that's you know, the thing is that's why you feel unhappy because the Lord in your own heart is unhappy. You're looking at it. Look at this more. You know, just glance at that a little bit maybe, but look at this more and you'll be happy. You know, this is going to go on. You know, who knows? All kinds of weird shit's going to happen. So what? How many days? You might have maybe you have 7 days more left to live. So live it well. Maybe more. Maybe you have 14 days. So use it, you know, so however more, this is going to happen. There's nothing you can do. It's just, I mean, you're going to spend your life trying to find it. Let people inspired to do something like that. You know, we're here. This is a very priceless jewel. Let's do the best we can with this. Yeah. Go ahead there, River. Read.
Lilita, what page was it?
$559. Not much is left, you know.
Right. Okay. I offer my respectful obeisances to my awesome spiritual master, Srila Bhaktivedanta Gaura Haridas, who is my Diksha and Diksha Guru, who has awoken the Lord in my heart for eternity, who has married me to Krishna, who has opened my eyes up to the illusion and the absolute truth, for the benefit of myself and others, who is brought in the shelter of Lord Chaitanya, the protection of Lord Chaitanya, Prema Bhakta of Lord Chaitanya, to give to all others. All glories to my spiritual master, Paramahamsa Saint, Avadut, the live wire of the Turu Parampara, the Acharya of this age, promoting the teachings of Lord Chaitanya. All glories to you, Gora Haridas, all glories to you. I offer my respectful obeisances to my spiritual master, His Divine Grace, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. All glories to you for starting the Krishna conscious movement all over the world. All glories to you for preparing the devotees. All glories to you for giving the order to Srila Bhaktivedanta Gaura Das to preach Raganuga Bhakti, the second path in your books, because this is the right time, place, and circumstance to preach that message. All glories to you, Prabhupada. I offer my respectful obeisances to all previous acharyas. All glories to you. I offer my respectful obeisances to the 6 Goswamis, who are honeybees at the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya. All glories to you. I offer my respectful obeisances to my life and soul, Sri Chaitanya. All glories to you, my Lord. I offer my respectful obeisances to Nityananda Prabhu, whose life and soul is Sri Chaitanya. All glories to you, Avadut. All glories to you. I offer my respectful obeisances to Advaita Acharya Prabhu. All glories to you for calling and calling and calling the sleeping Lord in the milk ocean, for calling and calling the Lord to ascend on this earth to save our souls. All glories to you, Advaita Prabhu, Advaita Acharya Prabhu. I offer my respectful obeisances to Gadaha Pandit. All glories to you, my friend. I offer my respectful obeisances to Shivas Pandit. All glories to you. All glories to all the intimate devotees of the Lord. Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. I offer my respectful obeisances to the topmost devotee, to the personification of pure devotion, Shrimati Radharani. All glories to your lotus feet, my friend. All glories to you. I offer my respectful obeisances to Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. All glories to you, my Lord of Lords, my King of Kings, my devotee of devotees, yogi of yogis. All glories to you. I offer my respectful obeisances to all the intimate devotees and devotees in the Sangha of Srila Bhaktivedanta Gaura Haridas. All glories to you, my God brothers and sisters, my relatives and friends. All glories to you. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All glories to all exalted personalities. Please be here with me and help me with this reading. There is nothing I do by myself. All glories to you. All glories to you. All glories, devotees. Okay.
Did you write that down, or did that just come?
It just comes.
Oh, that's very uncommon glorification. That's amazing.
It's just come by listening and listening and listening.
That's it's like you're reading from a teleprompter.
Maybe I remember some things. It's like when I used to go to Namahata, they used to do the glorifications and they did it in Sanskrit, and I could never understand any of it, and they did it so fast. I didn't know what they were saying or the names. of what they were saying. And I've always wanted to do it like this, just to remember, just to say it from words that mean something to me. It's very great. I love it this way, our individual glorifications.
This is amazing. This stuff is really good, really deep and unique and unbelievable. These people see, this is the Vaidis. They have to memorize their prayers from the previous. Here it comes right from your heart, and it's all true. It's all true and amazing. Another miracle. You don't do this everywhere.
Maharaj, I want to remember. I want to remember the exalted personalities. I want to know them more. I want to have more of a relationship with them and glorifying them. And remembering them. That it helps. It helps in all of that. Thank you, Maharaj.
Yeah. Has everybody seen her? You're kind of frozen over here. Do you see her? Okay, everybody.
For me, it's okay.
Yeah. Everything's okay for me. Everybody's moving.
Okay, yeah, I think you're okay. Everything is strong, but I may have to I'm just going to refresh. So go ahead and read. You start reading.
Okay. So I'll just start from the top of the page. Sachi Devi spoke on unable to calm herself. It says unable to calm herself. Sachi Devi spoke, unable to calm herself, and the Lord remained patient, silently listening. Sachi Devi felt completely drained out, rampaged by the storm of grief. Food and sleep were to her now a curse. The Lord, seeing her mother's condition, revealed to her some secrets that might pacify her. He said, "Mother, please calm yourself and listen. I have been your sons since my birth. You were once Prinishi, and I was your son. And again, in another life, you became Aditi, and you were residing in the heavenly planets. And I became your son, Vanama. Then once again, I became your son, Kapila, when you was Devahuti, when you were Kaushalya, I was your son, Ram. Another time, you were Devaki, Mathura, imprisoned in the dungeons of the cruel King Kamsa, and I became your son. In this present incarnation, I will be your son twice. You will be the mother of my incarnation in the deity form, and also the mother of my incarnation as the holy name. Mother, in this way, you have had me as your son eternally. I can never leave you, Mother. I have revealed this to you very confidentially. Now, Mother, please allay your fears and griefs. Upon hearing this esoteric narration, Sachi Devi was somewhat calmed. Sri Krishna Chaitanya and Sri Nityananda are my life and soul. I, Vrindavan Das, humbly offer this song. Maharaj, do you want me to read that again, or shall I go on to the next chapter?
What do you want to do?
I would like to read this part again and then go on to the next chapter.
Okay, go for it. Sachi Devi spoke
unable to calm herself, and the Lord remained patient, silently listening. Sachi Devi felt completely drained out, rampaged by the storm of grief. Food and sleep were to her now a curse. The Lord, seeing his mother's condition, revealed to her some secrets that might pacify her. He said, "Mother, please calm yourself and listen. I have been your son since many births. You were once Prishini, and I was your son. Then again, in another life, you became Aditi and were residing in the heavenly planet." He was residing in the heavenly planets. And I became your son, Vanama. Then once again, I became your son, Kapila. Kapila, when you was Devahuti. When you were Kausalya, I was your son, Ram. Another time, you were Devaki in Mathura, imprisoned in dungeons of the cruel King Kamsa, and I became your son, Krishna. In this present moment, I will be your son twice. You will be the mother of my incarnation in the deity form. Sorry. Mother, in this way, you have me as your son eternally. I can never leave you, Mother. I reveal this to you very confidentially. Now, Mother, please allay your fears and griefs upon hearing this esoteric. Upon hearing this esoteric narration, Sachi Devi was somewhat calmed. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Nityananda, on my life and soul, I, Vrindavan Das, humbly offer this song at their lotus feet.
Okay, let Tom read a little bit now.
I finished that chapter.
That's good. Perfect.
Where shall I read?
From where she left off.
Sorry, I didn't hear.
Where she left off. Ask her where she is.
It's chapter 28, Tom. Majikunda, chapter 28. The next chapter, Sri Chaitanya takes sannyas.
Well, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Shri Gara Haridas. Jai Shri Gara Haridas.
Jai, Jai.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. I offer my humble obeisances to the true parampara, Krishna and Guru. And everyone who's approaching that. Sri Chaitanya takes sannyas. Well, all glories to Sri Gauranga. All glory to Sri Gauranga. Sri Vishwambara engaged in incessant Sankirtana, experiencing immense happiness. No one knows the real purpose of the activities of the Supreme Lord. No one knows the real purpose of the activities of the Supreme Lord. He is the absolute autocrat and does as he pleases. He is the absolute autocrat and does as he pleases. He was always absorbed in ecstasy of Sankirtan, in the company of the Vaishnavas. He was always absorbed in the ecstasy of Sankirtan, in the company of the Vaishnavas.
See, again, if people want freedom, this is how you get it. This autocracy, you have real freedom when you get the shelter of Lord Chaitanya and you have these symptoms. And then you do as you please. But it's not in a material thing. If you do as you please, you're doing what pleases the Lord. See? You become that close. You set people free by your word. That's what pleases the Lord. The truth pleases the Lord, and it pleases you now. See, you're on the same page. Now you have friendship with God in the spiritual world. That spiritual world becomes here by your example. Now that's freedom, and that's what the Lord wants to give by the grace, by being around devotees who got this grace. Okay? That's why a lot of people think, oh, well, you guys go follow a Gaur Hari Das who doesn't follow anything. Oh, really? No, we're just free, free to be ourselves, and that's the way it was when Navadvip. The devotees were roaming around in freedom, like they were princes, but they had God, living inside them, and they liked to do what God liked to do. See, God loves these scriptures. God loves to be around his devotees. Oh, you guys are starting to be like that. We're all starting to be like that. See, we like to do what God likes to do. He likes to be around ecstatic devotees. And until the world understands that, they're not free. That's why you got the yoke, the heavier yoke, the Pharisee thing, the Brahmin thing, the sannyasi thing is a heavier yoke, isn't it? Simply because people don't know the value of real devotees who have the light yoke. What is that yoke? Oh, it's not even a yoke at all. It's taken off because we like to chant Hare Krishna. We like to read these books. We like to associate with ecstatic devotees. So that's the example of the world. Anybody who just comes on that page very easily, this is being offered now. The association of devotees who are like that. Okay? Then the hardness comes off. The yoke comes off. Even it's better than what Jesus, my yoke is easy and my burden is light thing. What kind of burden is this? It's taken off. This is the latest incarnation. Lord Chaitanya wants to take the burdens off. Isn't that what's happening here? Isn't the burdens are coming off? Yeah. It's because it's progressive. You see, Jesus was progressive with bringing things deeper, and Lord Chaitanya also. That's how I got convinced. I said, oh, yeah, you're definitely the latest avatar, man. You made it even easier than with Jesus. There's a lot of Christians still struggling. They're like this. They feel the weight. See, the weight that you were talking about. Yeah, I said, well, don't look at it. So look at this more. And be more in the happiness of God. Do you think God's sweating this? Why should you sweat it if you're a devotee of Lord Chaitanya? He doesn't sweat this stuff, does he? Nityananda, Lord Chaitanya, they're devotees, they're absorbed in this. And it gives them freedom from that, the world, the pain of the world. Okay? Think, oh, no, oh, you see, people are thinking in the world, oh, how it was. Oh, we want it back to how it was. See, they're feeling separation from how it was. See, so you don't want that. We had more freedom. No. Feel the separation from the Lord, the Lord's presence. See, then the pain of this world would go. Think more like, oh yeah, Lord, I want closeness with you. See, I want to be your devotee. I want to be in a sangha of devotees. See, I want to surrender to this. I want to see, and then it'll take away the pain of the world. There's a lot of pain going on there. You people committing suicide, taking drugs, alcohol consumption's going up. You notice people get drunk all the time. Alcohol being sold, cheap too. Yeah, why? They just want to dull the pain. See? So, hey, man, this is the best way to get rid of the pain of the world is Mother Sachi, right? The way she did it. That's why we read the Leela. Go ahead, Tom.
He was always absorbed in the ecstasy of Sankirtan in the company of the Vaishnavas. The devotees were also...
See, ecstasy of Sankirtan in the company of devotees. There's the formula. See, his devotees were the dear devotees, the ecstatic devotees. Sankirtan, speaking, chanting, singing, japa in the association of his intimate devotees. That's the formula. That's what the world needs to know. If people follow these words here, I'm just repeating the words that he was doing. I'm just repeating what the Lord's real nature is. It's explained right here. People don't know. 40 years following the Vaidhi path, they don't know that simple statement of the Lord's real nature. He's doing Sankirtan in the association of his intimate ecstatic devotees. Well, that's revived here again. If people get this, they get the formula and they're freed so easily. All their burdens will come out. All this stuff released, and they enter the kingdom quickly, like you guys are. Pretty simple, huh? Yeah, just got to know what is the true nature of the Lord. Nobody knows, except those who are inheriting the true nature of the Lord. Chanting in ecstasy, crying, laughing, all that. Go ahead, Tom.
The devotees were also so encaptured by the continuous kirtana that they never considered, even for a moment,
Enraptured. Was it enraptured or encaptured?
Enraptured. Yes.
Yeah, very important word, enraptured. That's what you see here. The devotees are very much enraptured by this kirtan. Notice when you chant the holy names and you chant these verses, you start to feel a spiritual rapture, right? Okay? That's what it's about. Okay? That's what you got to see. People got to see. They got to see devotees enraptured by chanting God's names and his lila. Go ahead.
The devotees were also enraptured by the continuous kirtana, that they never considered, even for a moment, that their beloved Lord might leave them. Wow. Hare Krishna. These greatly fortunate devotees enjoyed pastimes with that Supreme Personality, upon whom the personified Vedas constantly meditate. These greatly fortunate devotees enjoyed pastimes with that Supreme Personality upon whom the personified Vedas constantly meditate. Wow. Greatly fortunate devotees.
Yeah, the persona, I like this. Personified Vedas, that's the devotees here. When you become an ecstatic devotee, you become the personified Vedas, meditating on it. Isn't that what we're doing? The personified Vedas are the qualified as actually the living Bhagavats, the devotee Bhagavat. They're the personified Vedas, constantly meditating on that. See, we're not there at that time in that Leela, but we're the personified Vedas meditating on it. See, that's why, remember I said you have to become these verses. And when the Lord lives in us, we become these verses. Have to become the truth. I'm sorry. It's the only way to preach this. No other way. You have to be these verses. You have to be, the Lord has to be using you like that intimately, that close. Like there's the flute and the breath, and they're pretty together, right? They're so close. Without the flute, the breath, without the breath, the flute can't play. And without the flute, the breath can't manifest, right? See? That's this kind of devotional service that Lord Chaitanya brought here. That's what the devotees are getting here and manifesting and teaching to the world. You've got to become a personified Veda verse. See, you guys, examples as real devotees, you become personified verses of the Guru Tattva and Rasa Tattva. See? Both as a disciple, then as a guru. It's amazing, isn't it? We can't do it on our own. See, when the Lord manifests his energy in us, then these miracles can happen. Otherwise, no way. Okay. This is what people need to see. Where is God really working in this world to such an extent? Well, that's here. You could see he's increasingly, increasing our this reality being our reality, our lifestyle, okay? And purifying everything. The only thing that can do it. Go ahead, Tom.
The day Lord Sri Chaitanya decided to enter the sannyasa order, he revealed his decision in confidence to Nityananda Prabhu. He said to Sri Nityananda, "My dear Nityananda Goswami, what I am about to divulge to you may be repeated to only 5 others. What I'm about to divulge to you may be repeated to only 5 others. Tomorrow is the day of Makara Sankranti, when the sun begins to travel in a northerly direction. And I will certainly accept the renounced order of sannyas. In the village of Katwa, near Indrani, lives the exalted personality Sri Keshava Bharati. It is from him that I will receive my sannyas. This is the decree of providence. The 5 persons who you must inform are my mother, Sri Gadadhar, Sri Brahmananda, Sri Chandrasekhara Acharya, and Sri Mukunda. Sri Nityananda then went to these 5 individuals separately and informed them in confidence about the Lord's decision. So the 5 persons who you must inform are my mother, Sri Gadadhar, Sri Brahmananda, Sri Chandrasekhara Acharya, and Sri Mukunda. Sri Nityananda then went to these 5 individuals separately and informed them in confidence about the Lord's decision. That entire day, Sri Chaitanya spent in performing Sankirtan with all his Vaishnava devotees. The Lord relished his noon prasadam, and later in the early evening, he went to take darshan in the holy Ganga. Oh. That entire day, Sri Chaitanya spent in performing Sankirtan with all his Vaishnava's devotees. The Lord.
You want to say something else, Tom? You have something on your heart you want to share?
What I feel is he is transferring. He is going into the sannyasi, and he informs people about it, and he's leaving. I feel this leaving energy. It's yeah, that's on my heart. This leaving energy. And this transfer into new upgrade, into a new becoming alive on another level. It feels strange. It feels strange, like departing. Like becoming part of a new world, of a new level. Yeah. But then I feel like you once said, who says that you have to lose all the contact with the souls? Maybe from that new level there's also a contact. I feel that's on my heart.
I feel like a kind of like a death.
Yeah.
Death. Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know what it looks like from the other side, so I only have trust.
Mhm.
Because it's only trust what can bring me there.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. You know, Jesus told his disciples, because they were moving to another level too, and he says, "You have faith in God, have faith in my words." It's the same thing here. It's a guru. Yeah, it's going to be all right. It's going to be better. So it is. Yeah, you'll see. You'll like it. It's a great thing. It's like a what do they call the worm going into the cocoon, and then becomes a butterfly. So that's the transformation. We're used to the old. We're used to the world and worldliness and all that. But then transformed into spirit. That's who we really are. It becomes very natural. Yeah. I remember I had my first out of the body experience. It was amazing. In the early 70s. And I thought I was dying, man. And I didn't know what was going to happen, and I felt the energy coming up and going into my head. And then, I just thought I'm dying. And I finally said, I didn't know what to do, just trust and surrender. And then I came out and it was like, oh, it was the same as I was in the body, the outside of it. And I thought, well, that was amazing. So that's the way it is, in a sense, in spiritual transformation. You think it's different, but it is, but it isn't. It's just the light side of this darkness that we've been in, right? Anybody experience it? It's the light. It's like it's very natural to love God because we're loving the world, and it's just that the result is different. This is benedictory and boons and ever fresh, and it's a new way. This other is a different life. So that's why again sadhu sangha is so glorious, because if they're real devotees in sadhu sangha, you can make the transition and would be encouraged and see, oh, it does work. They're still alive. They're not dead. They were dead, but now they're alive. This is the life, man, real life, man. Practical transformation. This is why, the devotees, their maturity is to come to the point of realizing, oh yeah, let me go through the transformation. Let me not just be a materialistic Vaishnava. Let me empty out all this garbage. Let me get let's do the burning, baptism by fire, burn it up, and then, get a little crucifixion going, and boom, there you are, happy forever.
And it's what I feel is when a soul experiences is this resurrection the first time, it's very exciting. But when a soul, maybe like Jesus, he did it more times, this resurrection, this transformation. Yeah, it's exciting. The trust is being the faith is being tested.
Yeah. It's all part of it. The whole process. It's great. Hero's journey. Yeah. Hero and heroine. Yeah, that's great. Okay, River, your turn. Read again. Start keep reading. Thank you, Tom. That's awesome.
Where did you finish, Tom?
Mm. 561. 561.
Yeah, you notice every day, it's the same kind of thing. I'm just noticing, like, same sun comes up, maybe sometimes rainy, sometimes nice. The same old, right? This makes it different, doesn't it? This ever fresh, ever increasing thing. Yeah. Because otherwise it's just same old same. People go in the same routine, going to the same bars, doing the same thing again and again and again. And we're doing the same thing again and again, but it's always different, and always deeper. The more, see, this is the life, this is why in the world they're always trying to look for something different, but it's always mundane and limiting. It doesn't, never satisfies. See, we're on the light side. This is the new world order. This is the new life. This is life. We're living here in the body, demonstrating what real life is. It's awesome, man. Yeah. Show the world, man. What are you doing? That same old, just same, man. Going to the same bars, you know, in the same moods, nothing changes. Just again and again and again. Same wife, same husbands. If they're not changing, this is fucking boring, man. Right? Go ahead there, River. Oh, you want to say, Tom?
Yes, I'm thinking of your previous what you told before, and this looking back into the mundane, that you can become a statue. Yeah,
Yeah.
that this is the story about that, and that you can become frozen, and
Mhm.
and focusing on the real new upgrade, the real new resurrection, the new transcendental world with the transcendental qualities. And I feel it's about this balance. Yes,
Mhm.
we can have a glance, like you said, you can just glance back to this mundane world, but
Mhm.
that's enough.
That's enough, man. Don't get
Only a
into
big blend, no more. The balance is very, like, yeah, it's very clear.
Yeah. 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 This is the new world. I mean, this is otherwise it's not. It's all they're breaking down, and they want to have a world of slavery. That's what you get for looking into that. Either participating in that. You know, you either fighting it because you want the old world back, and then the new world they want to make slaves. So that Leela is going on. But this here frees us completely. I mean, yeah. What does Amy say there? Amy says, we do the same thing over and over, but never gets old. Uh, it always sends me off with wonderful. Yeah, I mean, that's what it's about. That's the whole thing. Become attracted to what is eternal, you know? And then, whether you're in a spiritual world or here, you do what is ever fresh, eternal, happiness. Go ahead there, River. Read.
Can I say some
Oh,
more?
yeah, yeah, go ahead.
I feel when I read these words, warm feelings. Yes, like the warmth that was coming from the previous world. It doesn't bring anything anymore. It's dry. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's not the quality I want. It's not real warmth, and
Mhm.
the rest coming from there, and the balance coming from there, they are all pseudo, they are all fake.
Yeah,
And it becomes more clear and clear that the real energy is not coming from the old world, but the real awakeness is coming from the new world. So there's a lot going on in these finding new balance,
yeah,
new qualities, finding the new qualities, the real qualities, and letting go. Yeah, this transformation is easy for me. I
Mhm.
think it dissolves just into the background. All those lesser qualities and lesser gurus and lesser anarthas. Yes,
Yeah,
that's okay. Thank you.
yeah. It's good. You're welcome. Awesome. Go ahead, River.
Okay. Where did you leave off, Tom?
Last paragraph.
Okay. Thank you. Mhm. Jai Shila Gora Harita. Jai Shila Gora.
Actually, you know what? Read some other Leela.
Okay.
Yeah, go read something. Something else. Something where there's enough sadness. You
Okay, I'm going to read
don't want to
from
make Tom too sad.
I'm going to read from the Mudya Kanda chapter 9.
Okay.
where we left off from before. I saw her. She's really, really great. I will read. I'm going to start from this paragraph. You are the embodiment of the highest esoteric process, that same devotional service you have propagated all over Navadvip. By his devotional service, Vishma defeated you in battle, making you break your promise. In the same way, Mother Yashoda bound you. By her desire and love for you, Satyabhama Devi could purchase you as Lord Krishna for her husband. Captivated by the love of your devotees, you carry the young coward boys upon your shoulders. All living beings of the entire creation carry and cherish the thought of you in their hearts. And yet, you carry Shradama on your shoulders. It is a great secret and mystery how you are defeated by your devotees. Limitless millions of universes, limitless millions of universes are manifested simply from your thoughts. Still, you personally carry the Gopa Shradama upon your shoulders. Though unconquerable by even the most powerful of personalities, you are conquered by pure devotional service. This is the
See,
great.
it's right there. It's you are conquering the Lord by this bhakti and only by this bhakti. See? Your feelings, like like your examples, is the only way to conquer the Lord. That is awakening you. This pure devotional expression, these feelings, is the only attraction to the Lord. He's not attracted to anything. That's his consort. That's God's consort. That's why you feel good. It attracts the Lord. You satisfying the Lord is this bhakti, and it satisfies the devotee at the same. It's such a perfect relationship. There's nothing better than this. This is enlightenment. This is self-realization. This is a special Kali Yuga. The Lord's easily given this to people. All they have to do is come here and very easily, get the little baptism by fire, maybe a little crucifixion, and you're there, man. You're like a river, Yamuna. Look at that, like eternal consort of the Lord. Amazing. That bhakti is the only thing that brings him back. And so that's what you get here, is that you get the most attractive force, that the only attractive force to bring God to you into your life forever. Now, hey man, who would want that? What is that? Let's see. Amy says, laugh out loud. Yeah, let's turn on the mood here. Yeah, exactly. Turn the mood. Hello, cello, Angelique. Oh, hi. Hello. Great. Hupaika. Great. Thank you for coming.
It's Dutch. She's speaking Dutch.
Oh, Dutch.
How are you? She asked, how are you?
Oh, doing great, man. Fantastic. Come more often. Hang out with us, and you'll see. Yeah. Go ahead there, River.
Yamuna, what page are you reading?
Chapter 9. It's page 353.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's about halfway down. Though unconquerable by even the most powerful of personalities, you are conquered by pure devotional service. This is the greatest secret, a secret that the unfortunate fallen people of this world do not understand. The unmotivated devotional service of your loving servitor always defeats you. The unmotivated devotional service of your loving servitor always defeats you. Then, having conquered you, such devotional service enters within you and secretly hides as the greatest of treasures. Then, having conquered you, such devotional service
Read that
enters
again.
within you. Yeah, okay. The unmotivated devotional service of your loving servitors always defeats you. Then, having conquered you,
See, the unmotivated. Is it really unmotivated? It's so unmotivated that this is called spontaneous devotional. That has to be awakened in our hearts. It's latent in the heart. You cannot, otherwise there's always trying to superimpose something on it. This love has to be awakened by association with those who are awakened, and then they're empowered to do it. No other way. Special. See, it is called spontaneous devotional service. It spontaneously awakens. That's why there's no material motive in that. It is completely spontaneous, completely fulfilling to God and his devotees. See, this is union. Okay? This is communion, like that. Otherwise, the Lord's not interested. In mixed alloys, business, material business. No, it has this is going to, this is what Lord Chaitanya came here to manifest. This is what we're here to manifest too. This Sangha is based on spontaneous devotional service, the awakening. It's inconceivable and unattainable, but attained contradictorily and paradoxically by association with spontaneous devotional service. That's why it's not by austerities. You can quote that again there, Johan. Not by renunciation, not by pious deeds, not by mantra yoga that you attain Krishna in Vrindavan. It's by pure devotional love of Krishna. See? And it's through the association of devotees who are spontaneous devotees, who chant the holy names with great ecstatic devotion. That's a spontaneous devotee. That's the real path, my friends. There is no other real path. The other paths are meant to bring you to that point of the association of a spontaneously worshiper of God. That's the real guru. That's the one in Chaitanya Charitamrita chapter 1 described. When you're ready to be delivered from this world, you meet the bona fide spiritual master. See? And awakens your spontaneous love of God. Okay? And if you stay with the process, you won't be a fruit that falls off the tree and rots like some. Stay on the tree, ripen more and more and more. And you stay with the tree forever. No false ego planning. Yeah, this is spontaneous. It's natural love for God. It's in everybody. It just needs to be awakened at the appropriate time. See? But you see, the Lord delivers his real devotees when you're not ready for this, because you got to empty out. You got to, you see, right, Tom? Stuff there. You got to do the transformation and trust the process, trust these devotees. You have to see it. You have to kind of want it. There's conditions inside that make it right. Sometimes the word bears fruit to them. People get real joyful. Wow, this is so great, and everything, they go away. No root. So there's and so anyway, people are coming through lifetimes, incarnations, and the ones here, they come here and they stick, and then they grow deep roots. You see, deep roots in this. It's like Lolita says, yeah, now I got paralyzed. That's a very exalted symptom. See? Amazing. It's a great experience of worshiping God. It's part of this spontaneous devotional worship program. See, associated, that's why I say, hey man, I want to associate with devotees like this. I'm only going to get more deeper into this. It's the only real way, actually. What to do if the tree shakes you off? The tree shakes you off. Well, shakes you off. The tree's never shaking you off, but it's shaking you to your roots. It's shaking the bullshit off. Because otherwise people, they come here sometimes and they just want to water the weeds and say, oh, no, I'm just going to go on for years and years and years. So sometimes a tree shakes it. So they get rid of the bullshit, man. It needs a little, because it's not coming off. You come here, you keep watering the bullshit, right? You keep watering, and it goes on for years. And you see the person's not really advancing that much, and they think they're advancing. They're advancing the weed, and they think that's advancing. And then the tree starts. What's he doing? Shaking you off? No, if you shake off with the tree, it's because you're going with the weed. You believe the weed. You're not letting the weed shake off, or let it be weed whacked. Weed whacker whacks the weeds, cuts them down. So sometimes that happens. What are you going to do? So that's people. If you're too identified with the weeds, you might shake off the tree. Well, that's a lesson. Trees shaking, right? So if there's no particular weed there, it doesn't shake you off, right? But if there's a weed, you think, oh, I'm being choking off the tree. No, the weed is the one part that's shaking. So that's part of discernment. Some people, they just can't see the weed. They just can't. They keep watering it, and it keeps causing problems here with the devotees, right? The weed just keeps growing and keeps it. And sometimes the sheep, come on, man. And he starts to vibrate. Oh, yeah, that's the weed, man. Yeah. So anyway, it's spontaneous, all of this stuff. I had no idea, right? I just come here every day and we engage in worship. And if the tree shakes or it dances, even a shake is a dance, It's just, let's do the twist, let's do the shake. So some days you may come here and the tree says, okay, come on, baby, let's do the shake. It's all good. It's all more than that. It's all transcendental. Come on, baby, let's do the shake. Wither? No, you're no.
You haven't gone away.
Huh?
Sorry, Maharaj. I was just saying, he's saying, I'll wither and die, but he's not gone away. He's not left. He's hearing, as much as he can.
Yeah.
He's hearing.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody. Yeah. And wither and die is usually, it's all kind of, when you have a weed, sometimes, the weed will wither and die. That's not you.
Yeah. See,
that's not you, Karuna. Just like Tom knows, he's there's something going on, and I feel like, there's something new. It takes trust. We're so identified with these things. That's the baptism by fire. The weed, they burn up, and then you find there's something new behind it, something more pure. Yeah. So anyway, just just show up here and go with the shake. When it's shaking, just shake. Let it shake. And it'll all be well. Trust in the shake. Just like it's. It's all part of it. That's what was happening with Lord Chaitanya. You could read the Leela. You see, sometimes everybody by the tree would shake and shake off the bullshit, or the weeds. Yeah. You won't let me on the branch. So you won't let me on the branch. Everything is reversed when you're in still the illusions. That's the way it seems, right? Yeah. No, you can't see. Okay, it's like this. You want to go to Vrindavan, right? And you have all this baggage that doesn't fit into Vrindavan. See, and you can't get it in there, but you think, I want to take my belongings into Vrindavan there. And in Vrindavan, they say, sorry, you can't bring it in. See? So people sometimes they're so identified with the belongings, of the world, what they picked up, and they identified with it, and they want to bring it in there. But it doesn't fly. It has to, you have to mold, like the skin off a snake has to mold off. See, and then you can go in. So that goes for all of us, just when the tree is shaking, just go with the shake. And it's very hard sometimes to face things. Like Judas, you think he could face what he really was and all of that? Yeah. Jesus didn't have time. We got some time here. So anyway, it is what it is. Go ahead and read on there, River.
Material illusion cannot touch those engaged in your loving devotional service. Material illusion cannot touch those engaged in your loving devotional service.
See, that's the key. To get to that point of loving devotional service and material illusion, as that gets stronger and stronger, material illusion can't touch you. But that's why you got to stay on the tree, even after some ecstatic symptoms are starting. Right? It has to mature more and more. And then all illusion go. Otherwise, it's a danger. Like you could see some people get a little ecstatic here, but the illusion's still attacking them because they don't agree to stay on the tree and go through whatever it has to. So it takes some time for them. They will eventually get it. Just by you got a taste of it. It's up to destiny when and all that stuff. Yeah. Okay, go ahead there, River.
Your devotees, by their service, easily crush material illusion into dust.
See, this is where it started. This is why you need encouragement. How are you going to make it without this kind of association? How would it even be possible? See, it's very encouraging to be around devotees where they're just crushing the illusion, just from this loving service. Lalita crushes it like powder now. It's such a joy to see. Thank you so much. What an example. Crushes all illusion just by her worship of Krishna. Thank you so much. Give me those feet, man. I want to show those feet forever, man. She's got my Lord, Radha and Krishna, tight. This is it, man. Be around devotees who crush illusion to the power. What an example, man. Just by ecstatically worshiping the Lord. No illusion can touch them. Go ahead, River. Read some more juicy good stuff.
Your devotees, by their service, easily crush material illusion into dust, which becomes blown away by the wind as they dance.
Wouldn't you like such a wonderful, powerful path? That's what's here. Man, devotees are crushing illusion like easily. And look at everybody, so hard. It's so hard to serve Krishna because the illusion's pulling me back. These are some gurus saying these things. I heard it with my ears. It's so hard to serve my Shiksha Guru gives me so much, she's so tough on me. And they're both doing Vaidhi stuff. It's so hard. Yeah. But look, the loving service of the Lord is sublime. It's the greatest thing in this whole universe. Even the greatest demigods want to lovingly worship Krishna because illusion is easily crushed in this worship, this ecstatic platform. And it's so glorious. And this is going on here. Oh my God. If people only knew. If Vaishnavas only knew, if Purush had only understood how to easily crush illusion, if Christians only understood, we got to have spiritual warfare with the illusion, with the devil, that's basically, that's so hard, we got to fight. Hey, you just worship Christian ecstasy, and the illusion. It's like Superman taking steel, that's the illusion. You didn't know we got Supermen and women here. Remember that picture I put a little put Lalita's face and River's face. Superman and women, faces. Linda, little pint-sized Supermen. Crush an illusion with a single leaping tall buildings of illusion with single bounds, flying through the sky of devotional love of God. Superman doesn't even have such power. Go ahead there,
Could I just say something, Maharaj?
Yeah, of course.
My friend Remy, you met him last year. He used to say to me, and he used to say things like, "Who's finding it hard? Who's finding it hard?" And I never really understood what he meant, really. Because if we try and do it ourselves through our false ego, then it becomes really hard. When the Lord does it through you, then it's not hard. It's the Lord doing it through you. But he always used to say that to me. It's hard. I used to say it. I learned quite a lot of stuff from Remy. He's a lovely guy. It'd be great if he could come here. He could come and listen to these things. But anyway, okay. Your devotees, by their service, easily crush material lust into dust. Material illusion into dust, which becomes blown away by the wind as they dance in ecstatic kirtan. See?
We're just here to demonstrate that way, this path of crushing illusion, just by this awakening, spontaneous gift of love of God, being given here. And whatever you go through, a little this or that, or shaken, or purifying, or burning thing, so that we can engage in this loving devotional service. And then illusion just stays off you. No problem. Easy, everything's easy. Just keep worshiping the Lord in ecstatic devotion, man. Yeah. And then you're growing it's the real creeper of life. See, and it goes into Vrindavan, expands there. See, a lot of devotees here are into the expanding in Vrindavan now. Expansion. Went up to me, it's in Vrindavan, and now expand, the leaves start growing luxuriously. See, with all these devotional symptoms. Fantastic path, man. I understand what Remy means. It's not hard when you listen to Srila Gauranga. Yeah.
He needs to know.
Yeah, and then you listen. Then you'll pick up the scriptures, and it's like you're listening. You just chant the verses, and because you're purified, you get the ecstasy that you hear from the devotees, also from your own voice. That's the idea of chanting. You've been purified by following the real path, and now you chant the holy names, and ecstatic love awakens. You become like those devotees you've listened to. That's the whole point. Your voice becomes, you even like to hear it yourself, right? They become ecstatic. Yeah, go ahead there. Oh, you're muted.
You're muted.
Sorry. See, all the three worlds beg for your loving devotional service. Hearing this sincere cries for your devotional service, the devotees conquer you immediately, conquer your immediately merciful heart 2 and 4 times over. You become their captive as you hear their entreaties for pure devotion into your lotus feet. You become their captive as you hear their entreaties for pure devotion unto your lotus feet. Upon hearing Sri Saraswati Devi,
Yeah, can
the
you
God,
imagine trying to attain Krishna? You don't want this devotion? Come on, man. See, just starts. Raghunuga Bhakta starts by seeing devotees who have this devotion awakened. And if you don't want it, how are they gonna, no wonder they teach so many lifetimes. Here you got devotees who have this devotion who have captured the Lord. And you gotta tell me, but our work here is to tell people to straighten out their thinking, man, to make it along the lines of Lord Chaitanya's truth. You know, hey man, devotees here have captured the Lord, many of them. And if you see that and you also want that, you're going to get that. Then you're going to capture the Lord too. And this is a forever trip. You know, but you can see how neophyte many gurus in the Vaishnava line are, how they don't know this here. That's why, you know, the book is preaching it, and I'm just reiterating, you know, magnifying, clarifying, you know, putting it on the end of the club. You know, put this truth on the end of the club, and bam, bam. It needs to be known. And after, you know, you listen after a while, it's like, yeah, man, it's so no-brainer. It's so simple, isn't it? Read that again. Yeah, read it again. It's so good. It's so...
Yeah.
Read it again, Miriam.
Read it again, Yamuna.
I think this is the right. You become their captive as you hear their entreaties for pure devotion unto your lotus feet.
Yeah, and if you're not, you're not Raghunuga Bhakti if you're not in, like, wow, there it is, man, there it is in Lalita and River, you know, oh, I don't want that. Well, you got a long road. You think you're worshiping Krishna? Oh, you're barely understanding anything. This is understanding. This is true understanding. You know, this is preaching. They're going to be logically convince people that this is the path, man. As you see this Raghunuga, when it manifests, this spontaneous devotion in this world, and we're teaching these principles, right? How glorious it is. You just need to know this is the glory. Not going after even dry gurus, man. You know, they're not teaching you what the book is teaching you now. This is, what is this, postgraduate, right? Postgraduate book. So anybody, there might be somebody out there after 50 years following Prabhupada be interested. We'll go for you. Yeah, hey man, this is it. These devotees who have captured you because they, you know, they want you. And they've captured you because they're devoted to you. See, devotee, devotion. They know who you are. You're transcendental, man. You know, you're conclusive truth. Yeah, conclusive truth is the conclusive path. See, the real understanding here. See, the Lord gives us this understanding because we worship him like that. And you need a guru like that worships in this loving ecstasy, that knows reality. And then they tell you these confidential truths that are postgraduate, right? Postgraduate means, well, Prabhupada's just obvious. Well, hey, this is postgraduate, Chaitanya Leela. You can't understand this now. People still can't understand it. But anyway, those who are meant to, they will hear this message. It'll make sense to them. Why not? They're the ones who are looking for this. Ask Amy. She's like that. She's that kind of person like that. See, and therefore the Lord leads them to the devotees to be delivered. See, and if you stay on the tree and ripen, and then boy, boom, you're delivered. You're in Vrindavan. You're in the spiritual world forever. With this, even if you're in the material world, you're in the spiritual world. You know how to manifest it. It's easy. Engage in loving devotion. Is it very hard for you, Lalita, to manifest the spiritual world?
Not at all. No, just dive inside of it.
Dives inside now. Come on, if that's not attracted to you, Mr. Guru Dev's out there, what kind of guru are you when this is around? Can you imagine? Doesn't make sense to me. Any of you followers getting the point? You should sneak some of these classes in and listen. You'll hear things none of your gurus can even dream about.
Yeah.
You'll find the crack to enter into Vrindavan. You'll find the real door. The flag.
Thanks.
Yeah. Go ahead there.
Maharaj, we have been so fortunate that we've had the living example from the start. You have been our living example because, you've already been living and breathing and walking it and talking it and singing it and dancing. And we've had that, we've had you coming through just by watching you. We've had the living Bhagavad, preaching the Bhagavad books. We've just been so fortunate.
I feel like I'm just beginning. I'm just not getting enough, man. I just want to, now I'm looking at you guys. I think you guys got more devotion. I got to learn from you. Yeah. Look at Amy. I'm on the vine, ripening. I'm like a red pepper.
You write so beautifully.
I'm like a red pepper, still green, not quite ready yet, but getting there. All right.
That's funny.
See, this is the kind of devotees the Lord sees because they're ready. They've had enough of the work.
Oh gosh,
yes. You all were like this. You had enough of the bullshit. Have enough of bullshit and had enough of religion and these religious so-called, they're just full of it, man. Pluralistic Vaishnavas who are a lot of times good, they're like popes. And look at that, it's nothing, the Pope, they put on all it's just a bunch of this heavy on the dress, but inside there's material. So when you're finished, when you lose faith in that, maybe you can come here. If you still even here, people sometimes they still think that's real. I guess it takes some time to figure it out, man. They ain't real. What are you promoting that shit for? This is real, man. This is the promotable. This is deliver. This will deliver people. You get behind what we're doing here. Now we're going to have people, they're going to be encouraged on what the real path is. It starts from your example, really following it, really, surrendering to this path. Okay? And then you get personal experience, a witness. Oh, this is it, man. This kind of worship, this kind of association. Man. Hey, man, you want to enter Vrindavan? Come and associate with these kind of devotees. Man. We're here. They're here. Get up there, Facebook, go into the things and comment. Okay, go ahead and read on.
Upon hearing Sri Saraswati Devi, the goddess of speech, speaks these nectarian words through the mouth of Shraddha, all the Vaishnavas became filled with wonder. Upon hearing Sri Saraswati Devi, the goddess of speech, speak these nectarian words through the mouth of Shraddha, all the Vaishnavas became filled with wonder.
Yeah, it's like River. That's why I asked you, did you memorize this stuff? Or where'd this stuff come from? Who's speaking through her? This is being used by the Lord, by your revelation. See, this is your personal experience. You see how important it is? personal, dedicated experience is important to this. You did this and you did it in a way, you went through purification, all these things. You see how valuable it is? And the fruit comes from this. This is the fertilizer. Everything the devotees have went through, everything Lalita has went through was the fertilizer for this fruit. It's worth it. And they forget all of it after a while. You just, what happened? I don't remember. It's baby's out now. No more pain. Pain in the world is overcome by loving ecstatic worship. You are an example. You devotees are so inspiring to me. You're an example. Those verses I'm hearing right with my own ears. I cannot help but glorify them and glorify you. Okay? You are examples of that loving worship. Isn't that amazing, Tom? Aren't we fortunate for having these devotees like this? Yeah. Really? I mean, that's amazing.
I was
The
just
only-
writing things about that.
Oh, yeah. Read this, Tom. Read this and see what Richard says.
Richard James Crosby. Only one who can learn the process of nescience and that of transcendental knowledge side by side may hope to transcend the influence of repeated birth and death.
See, that's the Srimad Bhagavatam, and that's the devotee Bhagavat. People follow, why are you pointing out all these things? Don't show us that. Well, I'm sorry, we can't preach. We cannot deliver people from nescience if we don't. The Bhagavatam is to give that light. We can only learn the truth by relationship of the illusion distinguished from the truth. Because most of us are steeped in the illusion. See? So we have to see that side by side and with the truth and take more shelter of the truth and leave that behind. Are we frozen here?
No.
No. Okay, good. All right. Yeah, and leave that behind. Yeah, and we're doing it, isn't it? We're going right on that verses. I love it. This is how people can relate. This is what Prabhupada did in his own book. He showed the highest truth and distinguished it from politics and from worldly relationships and all that stuff. Have to. Otherwise, how are we gonna? We'll be absorbed in what is nescience, really ignorance, and we don't have any connection with the divine. See, we got to take our humanness and connect it to the divine. See, then God is living in us. We could still be human beings. We could be in the world and everything, but we don't believe it. So there's no shred. We're just going through this world. See, but we're connected to the spiritual world. See? And enjoy the full blessing of immortality. What's that full blessing is what you see here. This is the full blessing of immortality. Your spiritual body is awakened. See, and you're relishing these devotional, mellow exchanges with the transcendental Lord who lives forever. Therefore, you live forever because you're devoted now to what is real. That's the full blessing of immortality, is to be able to taste the Lord's association, to make him happy and be happy with him together forever. That's being taught right here. Yeah, exactly. See. Thank you for seeing that. The Lord's showing you that. Isn't that amazing, huh? Because that's what we're doing. Yeah. So only if you really are absorbed in this transcendental, this immortality, and your spiritual body's awakened and you're sat, see, immortal, eternal, sat body, see, and because you're full, you're in that, you've got ananda, see, the bliss of God, the happiness of God, transcendental, and the revelation and realization, see. So we look at this is here. Devotees are becoming that Satchidananda here. That's why it's such a like, what's going on there? What's going on there? Well, that's why people don't see God. They don't see this. And then when they see this, it's like it takes, we got to do a lot of sadhu sangha so it becomes more and more clear. Austerity just isolates us. Yeah, you don't need, the austerity becomes easy here.
Yeah.
We like to worship God, not because you're supposed to, or it's a discipline, because my mind is all over the place. It's so hard. Yeah. Well, that's why, some devotees are in that here, but that goes more and more. After a while, your mind loves it, man. Your mind says, whoa, I found the real shelter. I ain't going to be running here and there. I'm not going to be giving you troubles anymore. Matter of fact, I'm going to get you up in the morning. My mind gets me up in the morning. Get the buzz on, man. You know where real happiness is. I can't. I get up like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. Mine's up time. You slept enough. Yeah, because I feel it. You got enough sleep. Get up. Okay. I think that's enough. I need to renew my room here. I'm going to stay another 5 days at this place here. I don't really have to do it now, but I move around a little bit, have some fruit. Hey, thank you guys. It was awesome.
Thank you,
And if you
Maharaj.
happen to have enough, because I know you guys are greedy people here, you can do it live. Keep it going. I'll listen. Get in your own kunjas. Any parting words there, Lilita? Give us some word. Give us a word.
I don't really know what to say, Guru Maharaj.
That was good. That was good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tom, what do you have? What a parting word?
I'm again. I woke up. Yes, I had some really dry, austere
Yeah.
few days, but now it's okay again. Thank you very much, Hare Krishna.
See, isn't that how it works? It's just
Yeah.
by sadhu sangha, just by regular classes and Srimad Bhagavatam and by service to the devotee, all that's troubles in the heart. It's the stuff you feel weighty on, and you come here, it clears usually, and if not right away, it starts to go, and you just keep jumping in. Yeah. Okay. What about you, River? You want to say anything? Parting words?
Just come back to class. Always come back to class, no matter what's happening with you. I know people need to take a break. Tom, I know that people need to take a break. But even if you just have Maharaj on, when you're taking a break, but come back to class. And if I'm not there, come and get me. Make sure you come and get me as well.
Yeah.
And thank
Yeah,
you.
it's just this is we're getting purified. This is part of it. It's great. We have a great little team here.
Yeah.
The
18.
yeah, the 18. Yeah, great, man. The 18, man. You see a lot of these TV things that they have groups together and they're working together as a team. See, we're doing this. It's like this teamwork.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. See you guys later, huh?
Thank you, Maharaj, Lolita, Tom, devotees. Hare Krishna.
Thank our audience for coming. Thank you very much.